Welcome to my storytelling channel. Today we are reading another story called Water, How We Can Protect Our Fresh Water. Catherine Barr, illustrated by Christian Engel. Water is life. Fresh water bubbles and flows with the most wonderful life on earth, and all of us rely on it to stay alive. But today, because of pollution and climate change, it is becoming more and more difficult for people and animals to find the clean fresh water they need to survive. It's time to act. Discover the story of fresh water around the world, and then use the ideas in this book to help. The first water on earth. Earth began in a ball of fire. Our burning planet spun around its yellow star, the sun, and in time it cooled. Clouds formed and rain began to fall. Icy space rocks smashed and melted into this changing earth. This water has made life possible on our planet Earth. This first water collected in deeps and hollows and stayed in sunlit pools. It flowed into wide blue rivers and trickled down into dark underground lakes. Most of the rain washed over salty rocks to become the deep blue sea. The oceans rose and spread out, and this is how Earth became our blue planet. Sun, clouds, rain, sea, rivers, comets. Face the facts. Earth is the only planet known to have liquid surface water. These icy space rocks crashing into early Earth are called comets. Today, 70% of Earth's surface is covered in water. Fresh water is rare. Most water is salty sea water. Just a tiny bit of all the water on our blue planet is fresh water. Today, most of this water is locked in ice. This ice formed from snow that fell long ago, in periods when the earth was much colder than it is today. In these ice ages, snow packed down to form thick ice that covered huge areas of the planet. The last ice age created glaciers that still fill high mountain valleys and deep ice sheets that sprawl across Antarctica and the Arctic island of Greenland. These baby penguins were born on the ice sheet covering Antarctica. Face the facts. Only 3% of all the water on Earth is fresh water. About 3/4 of the fresh water on Earth exists in glaciers and polar ice sheets. The Antarctic ice sheet is the biggest block of ice in the world. Today, the world is getting warmer and ice sheets are melting. The water cycle. All water comes from nature and moves in an endless journey between land and air. The water cycle begins with the sun, which warms seawater until tiny droplets float up into the air. This water vapor also rises from plants as they breathe. High in the sky, these water droplets cool into clouds that blow over the land. Rising over hills and mountains, the droplets grow until they become so heavy that they fall as rain. The rainwater, melting ice, and rivers flow back to the ocean, beginning the cycle anew. The water cycle never stops. This means you might drink the same water that dinosaurs called 65 million years ago. Sun, water vapor, ocean, clouds, water vapor, river, groundwater, rainfall, melting ice. Dinosaurs splashed through ancient wetlands around the world. Face the facts. Water has been recycling on Earth for more than 4 billion years. A droplet of water can spend 9 days in the sky and then anywhere from a few months to many hundreds of years, moving through the water cycle. As water moves through the water cycle, it changes between liquid, gas, water vapor, and solid ice. The colors of water. A glass of pure water is colorless. Yes, but it is known as blue water. This is the life-giving liquid that tumbles down mountains, crashes over waterfalls, and runs over and under the land toward the ocean. Blue water is the liquid water that we can drink and see. Blue water seeps into soils and is sucked up by plants. This hidden water is called green water. It flows up trees into branches, leaves, and flowers. All plants need green water to survive and grow. Animals, including you, are made of water too. This precious liquid is in our cells, our skin, and even our bones. Water helps our bodies work and keeps us healthy and strong. These families are playing in one of New Zealand's many lakes. Face the facts. You are about 65% water. Most plants are 75% water. Natural fresh water is full of all kinds of invisible microscopic life. Water is life. Fresh water is home to a kaleidoscope of life. From muddy puddles to still ponds, lakes, wetlands, and fast-flowing rivers, plants and animals thrive in very different watery homes. Frogs hop across waterfalls, hippopotamuses sleep in warm pools, fish down wide rivers, and snakes weave through flooded forests. All freshwater dwellers are part of food webs that spread beyond the water's edge. Across wide river basins, other creatures also depend on freshwater to survive. Migrating herds of animals and flocks of birds cross dry continents in search of fresh water, and around the world, huge wetlands teem with life. But many of those freshwater habitats are drying up and disappearing. These wild, wet places are some of the most endangered habitats on Earth. These dolphins diving in the Amazon River are an endangered species. Face the facts. Every form of life on Earth needs water to survive. Freshwater habitats are home to more than 15,000 types of fish and more than 4,000 types of frogs. Some animals like salmon and eels migrate between freshwater and saltwater at different times in their lives. The power of water. Water has incredible power, from the steady flow of wide rivers to crashing waterfalls and tumbling streams. Water shapes our land. It smooths rocks, carves valleys, and creates landscapes where wildlife and people live. Throughout history, people have used this natural power to turn water wheels, drive machines, and make energy. Today, people use water from rivers to run valleys behind dams. This harnesses the power of huge waterfalls to create electricity. This renewable energy does not pollute the air, but using water power can damage the natural world. Running for dams can block fish migrations and threaten endangered species. In many places, it is destroying habitats and forcing people to abandon their homes and land. These salmon are living up a specially made fish ladder in Scotland, so they can migrate up river. Face the facts. Rivers power about 70% of the world's electricity. More than half of the world's longest rivers are blocked with dams. Dams can also be removed, allowing rivers to flow freely again, and freshwater life to thrive. Thirsty food. Farmers need water to bring seeds to life and for animals to drink. They watch the weather and understand the seasons. Since farming began, rain and river water have been irrigating crops. This family in California is watering crops that otherwise could not grow in this dry landscape. Now, most fresh water on earth is used in farming for food, but farmers everywhere are worried because weather is changing. Rivers are drying up, droughts are spreading, and farmers are less and less able to rely on the rain. This is happening because of climate change. Face the facts. Climate change today is caused by human activity that adds gases to our atmosphere, trapping heat on Earth. These greenhouse gases are released when we burn fossil fuels, destroy forests, graze cows, and grow their feed. Climate change makes weather less predictable and more extreme. Climate change threatens the survival of animals and people all over the world. Enough water to share. If we use it carefully, there is enough fresh water on the planet to share. Yet around the world, poorer people have less than they need, mostly because big companies are taking too much. Gigantic amounts of water are used to grow crops like cotton, sugar, and palm oil. Fresh water is also taken from rivers to cool huge machines in factories and to water golf courses and the gardens of luxury hotels. These farmers in Mexico are harvesting sugarcane, a water-thirsty crop. We need water to drink, wash, grow food, create energy, and make clothes and other things we need. But like all other forms of life on Earth, We also need healthy rivers and freshwater habitats to survive. Today, freshwater is unequally shared and becoming more polluted, so it is often too dirty to use. Face the facts. It takes 60 baths worth of water to grow the cotton used to make one pair of jeans. There are 7.8 billion people on Earth, and we all need clean water to survive. 844 billion people lack access to clean water. Pollution rising. Big factories and farms take fresh water from nature and pour out used wastewater. In many places, heavy rainfall floods town and city drains. This means that they overflow with dirty water and sewage, which pollutes local rivers. Toxic substances like oil and chemicals used in agriculture can seep into the earth and pollute groundwater, which many people rely on for drinking water. These people in India are washing and worshipping by the Ganges, one of the most polluted rivers in the world. Around the world, polluted water is spilling into freshwater habitats where animals and people live. It is poisoning the water people drink and killing freshwater wildlife. Face the facts. Around half of the wastewater around the world is untreated, which means it may be harmful to wildlife and people. Every year, millions of people get sick from unsafe water. Scientists are investigating the threat to wildlife from rising levels of plastics in freshwater habitats. Girl power. Many families in poorer countries do not have enough water. Every day, women and girls walk for hours to find and carry water back to their villages in heavy pots and buckets. Often, this water is polluted, so whole villages share dirty water that poses a real risk of disease. Droughts created by climate change cause even more water stress. Spending so much time collecting water means that girls miss school and millions grow up without a good education. But simple wells and taps can bring clean water to rural villages, giving girls a proper chance to go to school and mothers the time to work. This makes families healthier and communities stronger. Access to water can change and save lives. These girls in Sub-Saharan Africa can go to school because they have a water pump and tap in their village. Face the facts. There are 32 million fewer girls than boys in primary schools worldwide. Without clean water and proper toilets, girls are more likely to drop out of education. When girls go to school, they are better able to provide for themselves and their families when they grow up. Our our precious water. Water is life. Freshwater springs, bubbles, and flows with some of the most wonderful life on earth. It makes up most of our bodies, and like all other and like all other forms of life, we completely rely on it to stay alive. But today there is a freshwater crisis on planet Earth. As the human population grows, as our climate changes and rivers are polluted, it is more and more difficult for people and animals to find the clean, fresh water they need to survive. These protesters in Cape Town, South Africa, are asking farmers, businesses, and families to sell water to stop the city from running dry. Together, we can protect and share the precious fresh water on our blue planet. It's time to act to make sure there is always enough clean water for all life on planet Earth. Face the facts. Agricultural waste is the leading source of water pollution. 1/3 of all freshwater species are threatened by extinction. More than 3/4 of all freshwater animals have disappeared since 1970. Only a tiny part of all the water we use is recycled. How can I use water wisely? Take action to shrink your water footprint. Get a low flush toilet or a water saving bag for your toilet. Buy less stuff. Catch rainwater. Think before you eat. Load the dishwasher. Keep a bottle of tap water in the fridge. Take a shower. Fix leaky taps. Make a small pond. Use a big bowl for this and create your own freshwater habitat. Recycle as much as possible. Stop river pollution. Join a local river cleanup. Explore your local freshwater habitats. A bath uses about 30 gallons of water, but a shower uses only about 17 gallons, and on average, using a fully loaded dishwasher saves more water than washing everything by hand. Eat less meat and dairy. A plain hamburger can take 680 gallons of water to produce. That's about 22 baths. Contact a local wildlife organization to find out how you can help protect freshwater habitats. Use a rain barrel to catch rainwater to water your plants, clean the car, and wash windows. Don't wait for the tap to run cold. Save up to 21 gallons of water a day. To reduce waste, use less plastic. Recycle and reuse the things you buy. Get involved. Join a climate action group. Use environmentally friendly cleaning products. Americans flush the toilet 664 billion times per year, using 1.4 trillion gallons of water. Almost everything takes water to make, so if we buy less, we shrink our water footprint. Visit your local river or lake to discover the animals and plants that live there. Is it home to any endangered species? Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. See you next time.